but so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan along with Minnie and BJ. Welcome to the Bluegrass Cup Series. Qualifying underway here. 8 turns here at Watkins Glen. Several drivers out on the racing surface to try to put down the fastest lap. Who will be your pole sitter tonight for the 45-lap main event? There is the number 3, the No Name Motorsports. From Epping, New Hampshire, Brendan Robertson. Brendan Robertson in car number 3. Also out there in the 2, the Huffman Designs car number 2 from Morganfield, Kentucky. It's Alex Huffman. Also in the number 14 from Columbus, Ohio is GT Hawkins. GT Hawkins in the 14. Having a top 5 Monday night in the 46 from Fond du Lac, Wyoming, it's Sean Kostritza. Sean Kostritza in car number 46. From Henderson, Kentucky is Justin Winters. Justin Winters in car number 7. Wyatt Brackett from Bath, Maine in car number 10. That's Wyatt Brackett. RS Centers here with us tonight in car number 22. From Oakwood, Georgia. In car number 95 from Vienna. I believe that's how you say that. Vienna.
Vienna.
It's Jonathan Swartz along with Alex Healy, Monday night's winner from Columbus, Ohio. He thanked his smoking hot wife for that win. And then you got Keith Hackney from Calhoun, Georgia in the 69. Jonathan Atkins from Landrum, South Carolina, representing Team White tonight. Blake Hensley in that number 31 machine, BJ. He was to be reckoned with last night.
Yeah, he definitely was. Just very quick, very consistent. Managed to pull off the win last night. Alex Healy pulling off the win on Monday night in the trucks. While times are coming in, we've got Huffman, Hawkins, Kinder, Holder, Hackney, our top 5 right now. We'll take a look at tonight's schedule. We're looking at, maybe if I look the right one, we're looking at 45 laps on the dock for tonight. Lap 18 being the stage break, our top 5 in points. And then it's going to be Brandon Holder, followed by John Swartz, GT Hawkins, Nick, and John Kinder. Mills at right about 58 8, I believe that says, points separating the top first through fifth. So right now, out on track out of Miami, Florida, Frankie Barroso. Steve, remember, Frankie Barroso, he's very, very quick and consistent on these road courses. He's going to be one to look out for.
Definitely comes to the road courses to dominate, that's for sure. You're right, Lisa. I said it wrong. It's Wisconsin. I just didn't want no one to go to Wisconsin and steal them, so I said Wyoming. Why not? I mean, that sounds like a good excuse to me.
We'll go with that.
Alex Huffman on top of the charts with Jonathan Swartz, Frankie Barroso, Keith Hackney, and GT Hawkins. Your top 5 in qualified. He's lucky I even said Fond du Lac. Jason Bridges in that 34 from Houston out on the racing surface.
Blake Kensley's going to move his way into that 4th position just a moment ago. Making our top 5 now. Huffman, Swartz, Barroso, Hensley, and Hackney. GT Hawkins knocked out of the top 5. Dustin Reinstedt out of Pikeville, Kentucky, out on track.
James Silver's having a rough night last night in the number 17 from Waynesville, North Carolina. Kind of went head on into the retaining wall early in the night. Made his night dud. Frankie Barroso goes second quick. So it's Huffman, Barroso, Swartz, Hensley, and Hackney. Lisa said, we'll go with that, Steve. James Silvers goes 9th quick. Chuck Blake in car number 49. Take a little shortcut there.
Well, that's definitely one way to do it.
Yeah.
That will discount his lap, though. Unfortunately, driver out of Pasadena, Maryland. That's never the way you want to go, unless you're intentionally discounting your lap so you can get some practice in, and you're supposed to start in the back maybe, or you want to start in the back but you want to get practice. I mean, I guess that'd be an effective method there.
Definitely. How about this driver, Mike Peters from Houston, Texas? In that number 96 machine. From Polk County, North Carolina, it's Travis Twitty. Nice looking red machine here tonight in that number 29. BJ, I need to get me some hair like Travis. Look at his hair in that picture.
Yeah.
Travis is going to take a shortcut, though.
I'm not sure how you would get it, but go for it.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Oh, so Travis Twitty got to restart and try to get that lap back. But right now, Chuck Blake at F49 is the 19th driver on the racing surface trying to put down a lap, along with Mike Peters, who's the 20th driver.
I'm going to have to ask Chuck Blake what video game that character is from, because I recognize that character, so I know I've played whatever video game it is. I just cannot remember.
I want the front of my hair looking like that picture there. I want the back of my hair looking like Travis Twitty's.
Party in the back, business in the front?
Yeah.
I believe they call that a mullet, Steve.
Oh, my bad. It's Mike Peters is still on the track with Chuck Blake. Try to find something here.
And Mike Peters squirreled all the way down the front straightaway there. That's going to do his lap number 1 in. He's going to have to go for lap 2 here and see if he can do anything better. Not the way you want to end your lap, especially if you had a mistake-free first lap on your qualifying. Chuck Blake will not get a time, and both of his laps are in. Neither one of them will be counted, so he'll be starting back towards the back of the field.
Well, Mike Peters, he sits 26 of the points with 1 win on the season, along with Rocky Boyd III and Justin Winters. So Rocky Boyd in 27, Justin Winters in 28th in points. So Mike Peters brings it down pit road as we have 16 seconds left on the clock. Well, Minnie got tired of, she was going to announce, she got a little tired over here. She decided to go lay down. I guess she got tired of waiting for her turn on the mic. You should have heard it right before we went live. She was really upset. It's been storming here at Little Rock. It's my dad's dog. She's fixing to turn 15, so she's just been screaming. So she's actually quiet when we went live, BJ.
She is quiet. It's like she knew.
Alrighty, here is tonight's starting lineup. Maybe.
Says we got SDK to cooperate, that is.
Alright, starting on the pole of tonight's main event. Alex Huffman in Elite Motorsports, car number 2 to his outside. The Powerhouse Motorsports, car number 12, Frankie Barroso.
Row number 2 to the inside from Team Hyperix. It's going to be the 95 of Jonathan Swartz. To his left side in the Cornerstone Motorsports, number 17, James Silvers.
Row number 3 to the inside is Weaponized Motorsports, car number 31, Blake Hensley. To his outside, a teammate, car number 69, it's Keith Hackney.
Row number 4 to the inside, Cornerstone Motorsports, number 14, GT Hawkins. Lined up to his left, high side Hustlers, number 34, Jason Bridges.
And it's the Fast Banana Racing. I wouldn't say it's the Fast Yellow Banana Racing. Car number 10, Wyatt Brackett. And to his outside, the YNH Motorsports, car number 3, Brandon Robertson.
Row number 6 to the inside from Flex and YNH Motorsports. It's the 97 of Alex Healy. Lined up to his left in the Syndicate, number 9, Brandon Holder.
In row number 14, represents Team Watt and Shotgun Racing Performance, car number 57, Jonathan Atkins. And to his outside, into car number 5, it's John Kinder.
Row number 8 to the inside, YNH Motorsports, number 15, Matt Grenier. Lined up to his left. It's going to be from World of Thunder Esports Racing, the 46 of Sean Kostritza.
In row number 9 to the inside, Elite Motorsports, car number 7, Justin Winters. To his outside, he's a bullet, Weaponized Motorsports, car number 88, Nick Mills.
Row number 10 to the inside is going to be Cornerstone Motorsports, number 30, Alex Penn. Lined up to his left from the Syndicate, it's going to be the 84 of David Farmer.
In row number 11 to the inside, the CFM Esports, car number 1, it's Scott Fritz. And to his outside, the Awesome Shop Racing, car number 96, 1 win on the season, Mike Peters.
And I think I might have told you wrong on David Farmer. I don't actually see him in the Syndicate's chat, so might not be Syndicate. But row number 12 to the inside, high side Hustlers, number 72, Tony Iverson. Lined up to his outside in the 38, that's going to be David Brackett.
And to the left and to the right, Dustin Ronston will roll off 25th tonight in Turn 1 Racing, car number 18. And to his outside, high side Hustler Motorsports, car number 29, Travis Twitty.
Brian Terry's going to make up the inside of row number 14 in the 13. To his outside in the 49, that's going to be Chuck Blake.
Rolling off your final row in the RSR Esports, car number 22, RS Sitters. And to his outside, he hails out Florida, car number 16, Rocky Boyd III. Well, lights are out, BJ. How many laps is that stage break?
Lap 18 is the stage break. So lap 17, the pits will close when they start lap 17. When the white flag waves on lap 18, checker flag comes out. When lap 19 starts, the end of lap 18 will be the yellow checker for the stage break. Winner coming home with 10 bonus points all the way down through 10th place, getting 1 bonus point, and the leader getting the 1 all-important playoff point, Steve.
All right. In the Porsche car safety car. Here we go. It's going to make that left-hand turn. Ladies and gentlemen, rise and greet your stars and the cars of the Bluegrass Cup Series. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Watkins Glen as we go into turn number 1. Side by side for the race lead. Huffman will clear. Broso out of turn number 1. We got him spinning down. That's the 69 of Keith Hackney. Nick Mills. That was just a little crazy there. Take a look at your instant replay.
Definitely not something you expect out of Keith Hackney. Looks like he just hit that rumble strip, got loose on his own, took out the 10. 10, excuse me. That's going to be Wyatt Brackett. He's collecting in that one, and then several more. Tony Iverson around. Somebody else went around with him. Not entirely sure who that was. Take a look here at the bus stop.
All kinds of action going on.
Absolutely. These guys are 3 wide behind this incident. Nowhere to go. 5, John Kinder was also involved. But anyways, back up front, back to live pictures. It is free and clear right now for Alex Huffman as he completes lap number 1. He's got Jonathan Swartz behind, James Silvers in 3rd, G.T. Hawkins in 4th, and Frankie Barroso in that 5th spot. These guys starting to spread out just a little bit. They're taking their time, single filing out. Nobody's really pushing right now. There are a lot of turns and a lot of time to make up time where you need to make passes where you need to. So relax at this stage of the race. Take your time, save your tires, save your car. 108 degrees on the track temperature. That track's going to be like ice. Pretty nice day out in Watkins Glen, though. 80 degrees. Trade ya. Got pretty cold around here.
Well, that number 2 of Alex Huffman, he got his shades on. He's Mr. Cool right now as he leads the way here at Watkins Glen. Coming around, we're going to complete lap number 2 of the 18-lap stage. Look a little further back in the field. There's Sean Kostritza in 12th. Brandon Holder in that 11th spot. Justin Winters run out at 13. He's up 4 spots. Him and Sean Kostritza both up 4 spots. So they've been pretty much following each other throughout the field. Blake Hensley, he's down 10 spots. He started in 5th, currently running in 15th. There's Scott Fritz. And Keith Hackney, he's in that 17th spot. There's Travis Twitty in a 29 machine, currently running in 19th. And right behind him, Dustin Renstittle. He rounds out your top 20 here at Watkins Glen.
We have a battle going on for 4th and 5th. Looks like Frankie Barroso is going to pull this one off, though. Barroso, the last time by, actually set the quickest lap of the race so far out of these first 3 laps. 1:11:33 as he made his way around G.T. Hawkins. As we talked about in qualifying, Frankie Barroso is always a threat, especially when we come to these road courses. He knows what he's doing. He stays calm. He collects himself when he needs to, and he gets that car moving forward when he needs to. He's already gotten multiple podiums here in the Bluegrass Series on the road courses. Might we see him go for a win here tonight?
As we're right on board with Alex Huffman right here. You can see he's on the gas, shifted right there. RPMs are red. There it goes. Starts to downshift. Slow the car down. through the bus stop. Alex Huffman, your race leader on lap number 4. Brandon Robertson in the no-name number 3 right there. Currently running in 11th. David Farmer, his teammate, in the 84 right there. And there's Blake Hensley right behind him in the hip pocket. And you know what? Speaking of, we talked about Justin Williams, Sean Kostrusa 4. They've dropped back to 15th and 16th. So now they're only up 1 spot since the start of the race. Gotta wonder if they're trying to save something. Pit strategies. I mean, we see that there's Jonathan Atkins with 1 win on the season at number 57. Trying to chase down Jason Bridges. Bridges having a good run last night until he made contact with the retaining wall. In that number 34 machine out of Houston. Alex Healy, as we mentioned, picked up the win on Monday night in the Truck Series.
Bridges' night did not go the way as planned. As you mentioned, having a great night and then just heading into the bus stop looked like downshift just a little bit too early, dropped the RPMs a little too quick, and threw the rear end of his car around. We're going to ride on board now with the Vienna, Virginia driver Jonathan Swartz as he tries to reel in Alex Huffman. See him head into turn number 8 right here. Huffman and Swartz almost identical going into the corner, but Swartz with a great run coming off of it. He's got a good line through the final corner right there. We'll see what he does here in turn number 1. See, almost in the same tire tracks on entry once again. Huffman swings way out wide, got a little squirrely right there. It's going to allow Swartz to suck up to his back bumper just a little bit more right there. Only right about a car length separating these 2 drivers now.
Well, when you said Vienna, makes me, I was thinking about Vienna sausages, you know, or those little Vienna things you get at the dollar store.
Little mini weenies?
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, do I have some? I was actually going to grab some and snack while we're watching, because there's some good racing going on.
Yeah, they don't sound half bad right now. I could go for a can of Vienna sausages. I might actually have some, to be honest with you.
Jonathan Swartz trying to chase down Alex up, and there's James Silvers in that 17 machine. Last year drove the 33. He was running in the top 4 last night when he made a head-on collision with the retaining wall. Almost knocked the front end out of that machine last night. But there's Frankie Barroso. He's dropped back 2 spots, currently running in that 4th position. GT Hawkins in that 14, chasing him down. Alex Healy now under pressure from Jason Bridges. Bridges going to look to the inside. He can't make the pass. He'll fall in line.
And Jonathan Atkins all over the back bumper of the 34 right there as they head through the uphill S's. 34 is actually gonna pull away just a little bit. Jason Bridges finding a good groove coming through the uphill S right there. But Alex Healy right now, right in front of him, does not seem to have the pace that he did last night in the Xfinity series, or Monday night in the Truck Series rather. When he pulled off that win, was able to hang on to it with Peyton Hubbard all over his back bumper right now. Just trying to hang on to that top 6 position.
You know, one thing we need the camera crew from Wednesday nights to be here on Monday and Tuesday nights. It seems like every time we're at the road course, the Wednesday night crew prevails.
Yeah.
And it's the same cameras. I don't know how to answer that one.
I'm not entirely sure either.
But there's Alex Huffman in the Huffman Designs car number 2 leading the way on lap number 8. 7 laps in the books here at Watkins Glen. As Jonathan Swartz is right there in sight as they go through the bus stop. James Silverson at Function Junction, car number 17. Right behind him is still Frankie Barroso. Let's go a little further back in the field. How about that? Justin Renstittle currently running at 20th. David Brackett in the 38, currently running 21st. John Kinder looks like he's now coming off pit road. Chuck Blake running in 23rd. Brian Terry. Well, that's a nice looking car for Brian Terry. Kind of unique and different.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's got pink on it. Looks
Yeah.
pink to me, anyways. Little close to red, but it's kind of pinkish.
And now we have Tony Iverson in 25th. There's RS Interseed. It's not on the racing surface. And there is Alex Penn at number 30. He had a good run on Monday night until him and somebody got into it going into the turn number 1. That rode his night. He was the fastest truck out on the racing surface. Take a look at what happened to RS Centers. He's just not having a very good night in that number 22.
It looks like there might have been some equipment failure right there for RS Centers. He seems to have Alt F4'd his way out, heading into that turn. And speaking of Alt F4, I think my headset's about to Alt F4 on me. I better plug it in.
Well, Justin Winters making a pit stop, coming out on pit road. Let's see what happened to that 72. Tony Iverson, he lit up the scoreboard. Oh, gets on the binders, not getting to the back of John Kinder. He cuts us sideways there on the track. As your race leaders go around them, Alex Huffman in at number 2. 9 laps in the books here. And look at the sizable lead. Alex Huffman. I was looking at the wrong thing there. Not sizable lead because it's not even comfortable. Because right now you got John Johnson Swartz right there. Looking to cook a Sunday dinner.
And Steve, while we were talking there, David Farmer turns the fastest lap of the race with a 1:11.08, just about 3/100ths faster than Frankie Barroso's lap time of 1:11.12. So David Farmer sitting back in that 10th. I think he might have been sitting back saving right now. As right now he's got the fastest car on the track and absolutely nailing his marks that last time around.
Definitely. As we're looking at speed cams, lap number 10 now in the books. 18 to go here at Watkins Glen. I mean, not 18, 8. That's always scary, see the car going over you.
We're just trying to get a look at the undercarriage. Unfortunately, these cup cars have a massive skid plate that covers the whole bottom of the car, so we can't actually see anything.
Oh.
There we go. Right straight over top of us.
It's a good thing a cameraman ain't laying down for that angle.
Yeah. Thank goodness that they're embedded cameras.
Can you imagine you have to lay down to get that shot?
Ouch. Jason Bridges on the 34. He's calling out his stop. He's going to be coming down pit road from that 7th position. The 9 of Brandon Holder calls out his. He'll be coming down from the 8th position.
You know, the only good thing about, the stage break, here you see the drivers coming down pit road, Bridges and Holder, is when we get to the stage break. That means we get to rack them and stack them one more time.
Travis Twitty also looking to join these guys down pit road when he makes his way around. Scott Fritz also down pit road. But meanwhile, still up front, Huffman, Swartz, Silvers, Barroso, Hawkins, your top 5.
Justin Winters in that 21st spot. Gotta wonder, he made that pit stop, so he's a little further back. Made his pit stop early in the run. Fritz and Twitty, as BJ said, there's down pit road. Sean Kostritza in that 14th spot. There's Nick Mills. In a weaponized Motorsports, car number 88. Brendan Robertson, no name. Matt Grenier right there in the 15, currently running in the 11th spot there. Keith Hackney rounds out your top 10 in a 69 after getting spun around on the opening turn. There's Barney, the iRacing flagman. And now I'm really confused. You just saw a picture of Barney. Shouldn't we have iRacing have multiple names for the flagman instead of just Barney? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Barney looks a little different tonight.
Yeah, I think I think Alex Robinson might concur.
I mean, maybe they should call him Marty. Barney and Marty.
Barney. Yeah, I like it, Barney Marty. And there's actually another one too. That's kind of, we'll just say, in between the two that I've seen.
Your race leader coming down pit road, Alex Huffman, along with Frankie Barroso. They need to get a woman flagman.
What kind of name would we give her?
That's
Betty.
right, Sarah. It might be Bernie.
It could be Bernie. Bernie, Marty. And if we get a woman, call her Betty.
So right now, after the pit stop from your race leader, Alex Huffman, Jonathan Swartz takes over the lead. James Silvers is second, and GT Hawkins rounds out your top three. Blake Hensley into 31. Currently running in fourth. He wants to pick up another win here at Watkins Glen. Jonathan Atkins rounds out that top five. Alex Healy, Monday night's winner. Then you have Keith Hackney now in that 7th spot. Matt Grenier at 8th. Brandon Robertson in 9th. Alex Huffman back on the racing surface in that 10th spot, so he lost 9 spots during that pit stop. Barroso right there in 11th. There's Nick Mills in 12th. Jason Bridges, Sean Kostritza, Dustin Rinston will round out your top 15.
And as it
Barbie,
stands,
Sarah said Barbie. She could be Barbie.
Yeah, there we go.
I like Barbie. Barney and
Yeah.
Barbie.
Yeah.
And Bernie.
But all these guys coming down pit road right here before the end of the stage, not trying to stretch it to the stage. What this will do is this will allow them to get better starting positions coming to the second stage. I'm actually starting to wonder if these guys can't make it to the stage with the number of drivers coming down pit road. It's actually quite surprising, Steve. Not used to seeing this many drivers coming down prior to the stage break.
Well, you know, Monday night, Alex Healy won. He pitted with 2 laps to go right before the pit road was closed. And that set him up for the win later on that night, as him and the 99 of Peyton Hubbard battled. And let's see what happens to Scott Fritz. He lit up the scoreboard here.
I'm feeling all that smoke that we saw off what looked like it was off the tires might have been from Scott Fritz, and it in fact was right in front of Justin Winters. Winters with nowhere to go. Looks like Winters going to be able to roll on with minimal damage, though. Both drivers minimal damage. Got very lucky out of that one there.
Well, there goes
Swartz.
down. Yep.
Yeah. I'll say Swartz, Silvers, Hawkins, Hensley, Atkins, Healy, and Grenier all down pit road.
So Brendan Robertson on lap number 16 will take over the race lead. Alex Huffman now will move into 2nd spot, where Jonathan Swartz coming out of pit road. He will join the racing surface in that 3rd spot. Frankie Barroso right there in a blue car, right behind him in 4th. So Jonathan Swartz really didn't suffer much under that pit stop. As we take a look at the nose of that number 7 machine, you don't see hardly any damage on that machine when he made a little bit of contact when Scott Fritz spun out in front of him. And looking on its onboard, you don't really see no crinkling going on, so he should be aerodynamic sturdy for the second stage. Brandon Robertson continues to lead as we're on board, and he's going to try to go a little further as lap number 16 is in the books. He's going to try to be the last man standing.
And Brandon Robertson, one of those guys that's known for stretching his fuel out, but right now I think stretching it all out might be hurting him. As you can see the leaders right there on your, or the previous leaders right there on your screen, and just look at how close they are. Alex Huffman, Jonathan Swartz, Frankie Barroso, only about a second and a half back from Brandon Holder. He's going to have to hold on for another lap and a half to make it to the end of the stage without these guys passing him. But of course, he's still going to have to come down. He's going to have to take tires. He's going to have to take fuel, which I guess he could opt out of tires. But he's going to have to take fuel in at number 3 machine. So is this really a good strategy call when literally the entire field has already pitted?
That looked kind of dangerous there for Alex up when we came off of that turn. That car just kind of glided right over the rumble strips. It looked a little sideways. But here comes Brendan Robertson out of the 8th turn. To complete lap number 17. The white flag is waving. One more lap to go for the stage break for Brendan Robertson.
Just 8. Go ahead.
I was going to say Frankie Barroso was going to look to the inside of Jonathan Swartz there. Thought better of it.
And I'm talking about the 8 turns around here for a quick second. I wanna point something out here. That bus stop, they've grouped that all into one. This right here, this is all one turn. We'll watch Brandon Robertson go through. That is considered all one turn. That entire 1, 2, 3, 4 turns in that bus stop is noted as all one turn. And then you got turn number 6 right there. Turn number 7 that they're coming into right here. Right there. And then turn number 8 just ahead of Brandon Robertson. That is the final turn coming off of turn number 4. We're going to see the caution flag wave. And that will bring us to the end of stage number 1. Brandon Robertson, Alex Huffman, Frankie Barroso, Jonathan Swartz, James Silvers, G.T. Hawkins, Jason Bridges, David Farmer, Blake Hensley, and Keith Hackney. Your top 10 coming home with points here in stage number 1. Congrats, Brandon Robertson, on winning that stage stretch and the fuel out. Now let's see what everybody does for pits, Steve.
Well, you know what? This is what's really going to happen. So everybody made a pit stop except for Brandon Robertson. You got to wonder, second on back, scratching their heads. Can they make it 18 laps on a tank of fuel on this coming up stage? I mean, maybe break it in half, but you know what? Maybe you run it out for 18 laps, get some fresh rubber and fuel, and for the final handful of laps. I mean, it's something to think about.
We're going to be looking at right about 24 laps to go, 23 laps to go when we come back to the green flag. There are so many options all over the place for these guys. Man, I don't know.
Because we've seen fresh rubber with a handful of laps here on a road course. What can happen? They can make their way up front in a hurry.
But then we've also seen old tires last an entire race and come home with a race win. So I don't know what to think anymore, especially with these next-gen Cup cars.
Well, I know something. If I'm not number 3, I'm taking a pit stop. And there it is, the only driver to go 18 laps on a tank of fuel. Brendan Robertson bringing the home field down on pit lane. Actually, Jonathan Swartz and a handful of drivers are going to stay out. So their pit strategy, BJ, is probably going to go halfway in the second stage before they make their pit stop.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the call is. Maybe knowing that they're going to have to pit anyways. Track position is key, you know, and I'd have to say that's probably what they're going to go with. Probably going to go with track position right here. Or what they're thinking anyways.
Alex Huffman first off of pit road with Jason Bridges, Frankie Barroso, Brandon Robertson. Probably took him a little longer to fill up that tank. There's John Kinder. Nick Mills. Justin Winters coming out off of pit road in that 17th spot. Good thing for him, they're going to be racked and stacked. And so everybody's going to be in striking distance when we go back to green flag racing. Dustin Renstead on that 18 machine. Little Caesars 18. Travis Twitty. Brendan Holder down pit road along with Scott Fritz. Will probably get some damage repaired on their vehicles. There's Brian Terry. Chuck Blake at a 49, currently running 23rd. David Brackett in 24th. Alex being a lap down that number 30 machine, currently running 25th position. Tony Alverson out of the race along with RS Centers, Mike Peters, Wyatt Brackett, and Rocky Boyd III. As we're under caution for the stage break, Brandon Robertson picking up the stage win. Here's Bernie. All right, the Porsche car turns off the safety lights as the lights go dark here at Watkins Glen. Bernie showing a 1 to go signal. The drivers are going to be racked and stacked. Justin Winters making another pit stop. Gotta wonder, he's just trying to get some extra fuel in that machine to make it go a little bit further. Or maybe he had some damage, who knows? Maybe try and get that fixed in that number 7 machine. As he's coming back out on the race's surface now in that 18th spot, so he did lose a position. Not bad, not too shabby for some dirt guys here, huh? On some asphalt on a Wednesday night.
Not at all, especially when you throw a right-hand turn into the mix of it.
I know. You know how many times I tried to drive a car here at Watkins Glen and failed? Every time.
Be the same.
So, I mean, they have some talent that especially I don't have. Minnie's still sleeping over here on her pillow, so she's doing good. Her sister's up now.
Drivers getting instruction from race control for this restart. Jonathan Swartz, James Silvers, GT Hawkins, David Farmer fixing to bring us back to the green flag. Top 4 drivers, top 2 rows, all very, very fast throughout the entire night. Pace car takes the hard right-hand turn, bring us to Geiger restart zone. Which, there it is. Green flag is out. Jonathan Swartz on the lap paddle. Look at the jump that he got. Excellent jump for Jonathan Swartz as they head down into turn number 1, 2x2 throughout the field. Swartz and Silver single filed out. Everybody else pretty much side by side through turn 1 now. Heading into turn number 2, still side by side for that second spot. Single filed out all the way back through Matt Grenier in that 9th spot now.
Well, you look at Alex Huffman currently running in that 10th position now, looking to the inside to 15 of Matt Grenier as they head to the bus stops here. Right ahead of them is the 97 of Alex Healy, Monday night's winner. Currently running in the 8th position, but meanwhile up front, like BJ was talking, it's all the Jonathan Swartz out front. And he's starting to pull away from James Silvers in that 17 machine. GT Hawkins right there in 3rd. And how about David Farmer of 16 spots in that 4th position? And then you have Blake Hensley, who won last night in the number 31 machine.
I'm thinking we might be seeing the effects of clean air right now for Jonathan Swartz. Now that he's out front, he's just pulling away. Right now, the guy who led almost the entire first stage until the green flag pit stops, Alex Huffman, trying to work his way by Monday night's winner, Alex Healy, and he's going to do so in turn number 1, be free and clear, and now headed for Jonathan Atkins in 7th.
A little further back, you see the 46, that's Sean Christensen, that 17th spot, and then you have Justin Winters at 18th. Right ahead of him in the number 88, that's Nick Mills in 16th. Brandon Holder right now in that 15th position. But Jonathan Swartz inching away slowly from James Silvers. Silvers in the Function Junction, car number 17. Oh, Travis Twitty around at the end of the bus stops there. Let's see what happened. I'll just lose it when he gets over the rumble strips and into the safer barrier wall as he's back on the race's surface. Well, right now, Jonathan Swartz is leading, but the battle's shaping up with James Silvers, GT Hawkins, David Farmer, and Blake Hensley. Hensley to the outside of Farmer. That's going to make Hensley go wide. Hensley running that 5th position.
While this battle's heating up, Jonathan Swartz ran the fastest lap of the race. First driver to break the 1 minute 10 second mark. But Silvers, that battle still going on back there. Silvers now clear of GT Hawkins behind him, but 3-car pressure behind him. You know, it's really hard on these left rights like these road courses have to do a solid side-by-side battle. So this right here is more like what you're going to see here. You'll see them sizing each other up. You'll see them getting right up to the back bumper, giving a little push, giving a little nudge from time to time. You'll see them dive to the inside just like that. Here comes GT Hawkins to the inside of James Silver, sorry. Wrong series, right number.
I thought you said his name was Adam Lambert. Now I'm like,
I started to say Lancaster. Lancaster. Caught myself off in the middle of saying it, but
I was gonna say, when did the singer start racing?
I don't know.
Well, the 17 looked like he had some problems there because he's falling back to 4th now. The 31 is in his hip pocket, putting heavy pressure of Blake Hensley. Keith Hackney's made his way back up that 6th spot. Then you got Alex Huffman, who led most of the race. He's got his way back up into that 7th spot, with Jonathan Atkins at 8, Alex Healy, and Frankie Barroso rounding out your top 10 here at Watkins Glen. It's the stars and the cars of the Bluegrass Cup Series as we have 21 laps to go here for Jonathan Swartz at number 95.
On lap 25 and 45, about to be lap 26 of 45 with 20 laps to go. Alex Huffman, the last time by when he hit the stripe there, actually was the second driver to break the 1 minute 10 second mark with a 1 minute 10.81. Coming to the stripe right now, still Jonathan Swartz, GT Hawkins with David Farmer right there in his hip pocket, ready to make a move, watching for a mistake from GT Hawkins. Look at the line of cars right behind them, all ready to go, all being, I don't want to say being held up by James Silvers, but James Silvers is leading that line, and they are all right there on him.
Well, it's fixing to get loud at the house, let me tell you. It's going to be clapping in here in just a few minutes as the thunder is a-rolling here in Little Rock or Bryant, Arkansas. Going with the theme. How about that, BJ?
Yeah, you opened some doors there for comments that I don't think I'm allowed to make on air. I'm just sitting here biting my tongue at the moment.
Jonathan Swartz way out in front from GT Hawkins right there. Heavy pressure from David Farmer in that 84 machine. But there's James Silvers holding up the 30-watt of Blake Hensley. Hensley now thinks about going to the inside, but he doesn't have the momentum. Oh, there he goes. Into turn number 1. Give it to Blake Hensley.
I think Silver's seen him lurking there down that straightaway and decided, their teammates might as well let him have. But as I say that, through the S's, James Silvers powers back through, takes that position. A little bit of contact there from Keith Hackney to the back of Blake Hensley right there. Huffman all over the back of Keith Hackney as well. It is getting tight for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th positions. And look who's lurking right behind him and slowly catching up to him. That's Jonathan Atkins in 8th.
He slowly is. I mean, he's inching his way forward. He wants to be a part of this action at number 57, D-Watt machine. Jonathan Swartz right there. He's on a Sunday drive on a Wednesday night. Leading the way in the iRacing number 95 machine. David Farmer in 2nd spot, actually pulled away from GT Hawkins, and Hawkins now pulled away from James Silvers. As they head in turn number 1, 18 laps to go here.
Ever since Farmer and Hawkins cleared Silvers, they've just been slowly growing that gap between the two. Silver seems a little off pace at the moment, but holding it steady and not opening the door for the 3 drivers behind him to make that move. We've seen Blake Hensley stick his nose in there a couple times, but James Silver's just able to continue to power back forward and take that position right back from him. He's got a smart drive right now. He's not the fastest one out there, not by any means, but he's got a smart drive right now. He's utilizing every inch of space out there and trying to make sure the doors are closed for the drivers behind him to make moves on him.
Justin Renstittle on lap number 28, the number 20 machine. Goes into the bus stop. Oh, a little too hot and heavy. Justin Renstittle back on the track in that 20th spot. Justin Winters right now in that 15th. He's made his way up to 15th there in that number 7 machine. John Kostritza in 17th. And number 46 being battled by the 88. That's Nick Mills. Meanwhile, back up front, Jonathan Swartz leading the way with 17 laps to go. There's David Farmer, GT Hawkins. So your top 3 have pulled away from the rest of the pack right there. As James Silver's leading that second pack with Blake Hensley, Keith Hackney, Alex Huffman. Some drivers coming down pit road. Travis Twitty, Tony Iverson. So pit stop's already underway. There is Alex Huffman coming down pit road right now. So he's going to split this segment in half.
You have to say, I think this is a smart call. Take the earlier pit stop. Take it right when you know you can make it from there to the end of the race without any worries or without needing to save and then just power forward through the rest of this race. Give it everything you've got, because you know these guys are going to have to come down pit road. So come out on fresher tires. Make that ground up now before they decide to come down pit road. Close that gap and go after it. When they come down pit road, you might just be in position to go after a race win. I have to agree with this early pit stop call.
Definitely. David Farmer right there in second. Looking to put Tony Iverson, get around him. Iverson a lap down, allowing Farmer go around him. 16 laps to go for the iRacing number 95. Coming to 15. Talk about Friday night, BJ. World of Thunder live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
It's definitely going to be exciting. Taking, I believe it's trucks to Talladega, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The trucks at Talladega. $125 to win. $10 entry fee.
Oh, I'll be sitting back watching that one and enjoying the show. I'm not going to be home on Friday night, but definitely going to enjoy watching that one. And good luck to everybody involved. If you want to get involved with it, make sure you check out the World of Thunder Discord, or message World of Thunder Facebook page. Message Bill Miller, that's the primary guy to get a hold of for that one, I believe. And get involved in that. Just Steve said, $10 to enter, $125. That's more than 10 times what you're putting into it to get back out of it, Steve.
Definitely. Justin Witters just made his pit stop, rolling back off of pit road. In the 18th spot there, Jonathan Swartz still out front. David Farmer and GT Hawkins. Look at the pit strategies. They're on. Well, there's David Farmer. He was on lap 17 since the last pit stop. He's now coming down pit road. Swartz has been 16 laps along with Hawkins. So we know they go 80 or 85. We know when they go 18 laps under green flag conditions. You got to wonder, is that something Jonathan Swartz is doing, trying to inch further ahead from these drivers, so when he makes his pit stop, he comes back out towards the front.
It's definitely a good possibility, and I think it's got to be a great call taking that early pit stop. Right now, our top 4 drivers have not yet come down. Sorry, top 3 drivers have not yet come down. That is Swartz, Hawkins, Hensley. Barroso actually hasn't come down since lap 19, so that would be the stage 95 of Swartz calls out his pit stop. He'll be coming down this time.
All right, Jonathan Swartz coming down with 13 laps to go. Let's see what GT Hawkins does. Is he going to follow? No, he's going to stay out.
Like Hensley heads down, Frankie Barroso heads down. Alex Healy, see what he does. He's going to opt to stay out as well and take that second position over. Matt Greener's going to stay out. It looks like David Farmer. David Farmer's actually already got his pit stop, it looks like. So David Farmer on back. Those guys, with the exception of Sean Kostritz, are riding in 10th right now. Those guys have all come down. Sean Kostritz is not going to come down.
So GT Hawkins, your race leader here at Watkins Glen with 13 laps to go. Alex Healy, Matt Grenier, your top 3. Jonathan Swartz back on the race's surface in 4th. That's what he was wanting to do. Because look at Alex Huffman. He made his pit stop with 16 to go. And he's in the 8th spot there. So Swartz accomplished what he was trying to do. Because the top 3 ahead of him have to come down pit road. And that will relinquish the lead back over to that iRacing number 95 of Jonathan Swartz. GT Hawkins down pit road.
Yeah, Healy's fixing to come down pit road as well. I'm not sure on Matt Grenier. I didn't hear him calling out. Looks like he's going to stay out, though, and hold on to lead a lap. But I'm really surprised, looking at it now, I'm really surprised that Alex Huffman made the call to come down on the stage break and take fuel and tires, whatever it was that he took there. I'm really surprised to see him make that decision. Zach mired him back to have to try to fight his way through and get up to the front. Was not able to do it by the time he decided to come down again, splitting the stage. It puts him in a bit of a difficult spot right now. He sits in that 6th position and 13.5 seconds behind the leader of Matt Grenier, which is going to be right about 9 seconds behind the proverbial leader of Jonathan Swartz once Grenier comes down pit road.
As you look, last time by, Swartz was 17 seconds behind.
Pit stop.
Yeah, I know. But that's what Matt Grenier is trying to hope for.
And a gap between those two drivers, only 5 seconds as Matt Grenier comes down pit road. It's not going to be nearly enough time, I don't think, for him to even make it to his pit stall. I cannot talk, pit stall. And it is not, as Jonathan Swartz comes on by and retakes that race lead. David Farmer, second. Blake Hensley, third. James Silvers, fourth. And Alex Huffman is now your top 5.
And how about that? Swartz way out in front from David Farmer. There's David Farmer right there. Blake Hensley in third. James Silvers in fourth with Alex Huffman right there in his hip pocket. Huffman in the top 5. 11 laps to go here as Jonathan Swartz exits the bus stops as David Farmer now exits them. So a good run for that number 95 of Jonathan Swartz. Here with the Bluegrass Cup Series. Alex Penn lit up the scorecard here on lap number 32. Let's take a look at what he decided to do. He just gives it a little too much gas there in turn number 1, and around he goes on the entrance of pit road. And he's going to call it done.
Alex Penn carried so much speed and so much momentum on Monday night. Just got caught up in a wreck in the truck series. And pretty much just ending his night early. Ending his race win hopes early. Seems to be struggling out here in the Cup car. You know, they got quite a bit more power. Completely different handling style from the trucks. Really seems like he's struggling a bit out there to figure this thing out.
Yes, he is. And with 10 laps to go, you look at Justin Witters. He's in 16th. Sean Kostritza in 18th. Nick Mills in between them in that 17th spot. Then you have Scott Fritz and Travis Twitty. They're in 19th and 20th position there. And oh, we had one around. That was, I think, Dustin Rinstidle. Yes, in the 18 machine. It looks like he's going to bring that machine down pit road. He spun out right in front of the leaders. 9 laps to go into turn number 1 for that number 95 of Jonathan Swartz. And in central part, BJ, is on the top of the 9 o'clock hour. How about that?
We're at the top of 10 o'clock. We don't live in the past, man. That's all history. But right now, Swartz comfortable, but David Farmer is slowly catching him. He's got that, what was a 4-second lead when Swartz took over the race lead once again. David Farmer has that race lead to just under 3 seconds now. He's starting to close the gap little by little. You see him right there. You see both of them on screen. Just a moment there. Farmer's got something figured out. He's got it dialed in. Either that or Jonathan Swartz is saving right now.
Well, Chuck Blake bringing it down pit road in the number 49 for his pit stop. As you look at the time data right there on your screen. As Farmer was quicker at that lap too, on lap number 37. 8 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. You're watching the stars and cars of the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Looking at right now, Blake Hensley, not number 31, who picked up the win last night. Doesn't look like he's going to duplicate it here tonight. Alex Upman had led a majority of the race here tonight, up until halfway. And the number 2 machine restarted mid-pack, had problems working his way up front quickly. Kind of stalled out there in that 4th position after making his final pit stop. In that number 2, there's James Silvers in the Function Junction, car number 17, being chased down by the 69K of Keith Hackney. Hackney looking to become a father, I believe, in May or June. Well, he's already a father. Add another one to his family. How about that? Keith Hackney. And how about GT Hawkins after making his last pit stop? He was leading the race when he made that last pit stop. Now in that 8th position when he got out. 7 laps to go for the iRacing number 95, Jonathan Schwartz. Farmer right there. Let's take a look at the time data. Farmer was quicker that lap too. So, I mean, here's Farmer. You see him in the screen. He's in view with 7 laps to go. That's plenty of time to get there.
It is definitely plenty of time, as Farmer has it right about the 2-second mark. It very, very quickly shrinking those. Coming off of that turn number 6 right there, it is down to a minute or 1.8 second gap. So Farmer really got that number 84 dialed in. Just how long can his tires hold on? Can they hold out to make it all the way through and continue to close that ground? Now under 2-second gap between those two drivers. Schwartz, he's got to be in the hot seat here in just a moment, with David Farmer closing very quickly.
Well, I got one dog thinks he's in the Olympics. He's trying to go for the highest spot in the wall. It's not the 15-year-old, so don't worry. It's the 11-year-old.
Oh, 4 years, okay.
He has jumped on the chair, from the floor to the chair to the desk, and there's a little, like, shadow box on the side of the wall, and he's on that now. And I think he's making his way to the bookshelf. There's David Farmer. That gap is shrinking between him and Schwartz with 6 laps to go. Coming out the 8th turn, down the straightaway, coming to 5 to go. The Buckner 5 lap to go mark. Or Jonathan Schwartz at that number 95 machine. He leads a bit of turn number 1. David Farmer right there in striking distance.
0.3 of a second quicker for David Farmer once again. You look at lap 37, that's 0.8. That's nearly a full second faster on lap 37. Now it has gotten considerably closer. 38, 39, and 40, and 36 was considerably closer, but still, like, those are massive differences on pace right there for David Farmer. Farmer is currently the fastest car on track, and it's a matter of, does he have enough time right now with 5 laps to go? Lap car coming up ahead of Jonathan Schwartz as well. This could be the game changer right here.
You really want a lap by lap on a kitty cat? Coming to 4 to go, Jonathan Schwartz. As he goes into turn number 1, he's going to put that 13 another lap down. There's David Farmer now going around Brian Terry in the 13. Lap number 41. Farmer was still quicker than Schwartz, just not enough. He's going to hope that Schwartz Mike, if you do, well, I can tell you what the kitty cat's doing. Right now, the kitty cat, lap by lap, is laying down, being the good girl.
Almost a half-second faster that last time by on lap 41 for David Farmer. That gap is under a second. It's 0.8 seconds right now as they head into turn number 7 right here. Farmer is he's lurking. I'm gonna be honest. There's not a lot of chance for Swartz at this point. At the pace that David Farmer is running in comparison to Swartz, there's not a whole lot of chance. Swartz has got to run a perfect lap to keep the door from opening for David Farmer to stick his nose in there, and I think it's going to come on the last lap when these two really battle.
Well, you know, one thing probably David Farmer's hoping is that the kids at the bus stop left a banana peel that Swartz will drive over. Swartz is a-coming. I mean, not coming. He's running away. Lap traffic right ahead of him as they go into the bus stop. That's going to slow the 95 down a tad bit. Here comes David Farmer. Oh, Farmer in the 49 of Chuck Blake. That's... Ooh.
Just listening to race chatter between these two. David Farmer lost a lot of time right there. That dropped him back to a second and a half behind. Now he had it under a second. Now he's in a danger zone. Shanka Stritza in the way of Jonathan Swartz right now. Swartz going to go to the inside, go by Shanka Stritza, David Farmer. Watch his lap time difference right here. Farmer a half second slower that time around. He does have it back down to about a second, just a hair over a second between the two drivers. That is not what David Farmer wanted to see. Neither one of those two drivers were very happy about his lap traffic got in their way. But Farmer got to be the least happy of the two for sure to drop back that far.
Definitely, as they head back into the bus stop there, the 95 of Jonathan Swartz. 2 laps to go, actually a lap and a half to go for that 95 machine. David Farmer giving it everything he has. He's going to have one shot to do it, or one lap to get it done. Meanwhile, Alex Huffman, with all this excitement going on, Huffman made it into the 3rd spot in a number 2 machine. And there's James Silvers at 4th, Frankie Barroso rounding out your top 5. White flag in air, one more to go for Jonathan Swartz as they head into turn number 1. That 84 is a-coming. BJ, does David Farmer have anything for him, or is he going to lay it all out here on the line?
It's going to be tough. If he's going to push that thing hard enough to do it, he's going to be on the edge of out of control the entire way. I don't see it happening. That gap is actually growing right now. Back up to a second. It was under when it hit the stripe, but it's back up to a second now. And if we just had a few more laps, I hate to say it, Steve, but I think Alex Huffman could have done it. He was almost 2 seconds faster than these guys the last time around. It's tight, Steve. It's real tight.
Definitely it is. As the 95 of Jonathan Swartz right ahead of him is the 88 of Nick Mills. Mills going to pull off, allow the leaders to go around him. Coming into the final turn. Out of turn number 8, picking up the win. It's going to be the 95 of Jonathan Swartz. David Farmer brings home 2nd. Alex Huffman looking to bring it home in 3rd. James Silvers in 4th. Keith Hackney will come home in that 5th position with Frankie Barroso in 6th. GT Hawkins will bring it home in 8th. Jonathan Atkins still on the race's surface going into the final turn in the 8th spot. Right behind him is Jason Bridges and the High Side Hustlers. He will come home in 9th. Brandon Holder with a top 10 here at Watkins Glen. What a race. Jonathan Schwartz picking up the win in iRacing number 95. As we're waiting for the official results to get tallied up here. Picking up the win, it's Jonathan Schwartz, David Farmer, Alex Huffman, James Silvers, Frankie Broso. Your top 5. Then you got Keith Hatton, GT Hawkins, Jonathan Atkins, Jason Bridges, and Brandon Holder rounds out your top 10. Then you got Brandon Robertson, Matt Grenier, Alex Healy, John Kinder, and Justin Winters rounds out your top 15 here at Watkins Glen.
Then it's going to be Sean Kastritza, Nick Mills, Scott Fritz, Travis Twitty, Brian Terry, David Brackett, Chuck Blake Hensley. Boy, that one threw me for a loop for a split second there. Alex Penn, Dustin Rhinestone, your top 25. Tony Iverson, RS Center. Mike Peters, Wyatt Brackett will round out the 29 cars that took the starting grid. Rocky Boy did not join us in the field today.
All right, good night, Sarah. And we're going to go to a commercial and have your post-race interviews when we return. All right, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. And BJ's caught up with your third place finisher tonight, Alex Huffman.
Well,
Caught up. Hello.
Hi.
I'm caught up with the driver, the number 2, Alex Huffman. Man, what a run you had in that first stage. You know, you all but dominated that stage. It looked like you were shooing to win. It took the pit stop. Was it just cutting too close on fuel, or was that a strategy call to hopefully get up to the front for the second stage?
Through all my practice, there's no way I could have made it with staying out there. Brandon, he's a magician at saving fuel, so I figured as soon as I was out there and I noticed he's in front, I'd better push hard and hopefully I'd get by him, but made a few too many mistakes there coming to the end of that stage and let him have it. I mean, I was right there on his bumper, but I wasn't going to touch him to get by.
You made that call to come down before the stage break. Then you came down at the stage break. A lot of drivers opted to stay out. Do you feel like that might have been what the deciding factor was with you not getting back up to the front and come after the race win, or was there something else involved in that?
Oh, yeah. Pitting put me in behind people I shouldn't have been behind. I feel like in the first place, I probably would have stayed up there with John and Farmer there and had a good battle to the end because, I mean, I was having fun with John at that whole first stage. We pulled away from the pack. I was like, all right, seems like it's going to come down between us and the stage. And then, of course, Brandon won it because he's, like I said, a magician at saving fuel. Thought I was going to, like, sneak away with it, and I just had a brain lapse. I was like, once I got on pit road, I was like, I should have stayed out because I could have made it on one more stop either way and just topped off for who knows what, and then try to make up positions there. When I pitted my last time with 17 to go, I was like, well, if I can get clean track, I could probably get by that group of 3 that was in front of me because it's hard to pass here. Everybody's single file, and my left front just at the end was pretty much gone from pushing hard, trying to get by them, figure out ways to get by, but it's just so hard to pass 3 teammates in a row when they all are just in sync with each other.
All in all, you had a good run. Managed to bring it home on the podium. Go and thank your sponsors, shout-outs. Everybody helped make it possible for that to happen.
Of course, I got to thank Old School Diecast, Deb, you guys at UDTV, Jason, for putting on this league. Took a bit of a break to kind of get my head straight and also dealing with some work. And at Team Syndicate, I guess 2 weeks in a row, Schwartz won it this time. I wish it was me because I feel like I probably need to win and lock myself in the playoffs at this point, judging by how work is going, but I'll take third place, I guess.
Congratulations on your podium finish.
Thank you.
Steve?
All right, coming home in the second spot tonight in Carterbray 84 is David Farmer. Congratulations on your second place finish here tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Well, you were really fast, reeling in Jonathan Schwartz until that lap car that really kind of threw you back there. You think if it wasn't for that lap car, I think you would have probably gave Schwartz a run for his money coming to the line.
Yeah, that's what John and I were just talking about. I think I would have definitely got to him. Obviously I don't know if I would have passed him or not, but I would have gave it everything it had, and it just unfortunately we both said that was the absolute worst place to catch the lappers, and I ended up getting a slow down because of it. So that kind of negated anything I had. I did catch back up to him. I think we finished. I was 4/10 behind him total, so. I was gaining. I just didn't have. I needed another couple laps to be able to finish it off after that penalty.
Definitely. I mean, that was a rough way, but still, I believe, isn't this our first time us talking to you this season?
Yes, this has been a extremely rough season for me. I've had a lot of rough luck, and a lot of it's my fault. Or not a lot of it. Most of it, 99% of it is my fault. Just being overly aggressive and driving over top of my head, trying to gain positions instead of being patient and waiting around.
So this could be the game changer for you. Maybe the momentum was on your side going into next week.
Yeah, I think I was looking at the points, just playing everything out by head going into this race, and after you move the people that had wins that were below me in points up to because they were guaranteed their spot in the playoffs, I was still in 16th place. So hopefully this gets me a little bit farther into the obviously I would have liked to have win this race and guarantee my spot, but as long as the last couple of races I can finish relatively strong, we should be okay for the playoffs, I hope.
Definitely. Go ahead, thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Just thank everybody in the league. Thank you guys for your broadcast and Jason for putting everything on and keeping us all level-headed, or at least attempting to. Thank my wife and my kids and my teammates Alex, Matt, and Brandon. We were talking a lot of strategy. Brandon ended up winning the stage off of a Hail Mary strategy, and it worked. So he did it, and that's kudos to him. But we were talking strategy, trying to figure out how to get in front of everybody. And just thank you guys a lot for talking me through strategies. I greatly appreciate it.
All right, that's David Farmer coming home in second spot tonight. BJ's caught up with your race winner.
That's right, I've caught up with the driver out of Vienna, Virginia. Your location, Jonathan, makes us want some Vienna sausages.
Oh, yeah, I've heard Vienna, Austria. Where is it? Vienna, Germany. Yeah, but not many sausages over in Virginia here. So, of course, that's gonna get clipped, isn't it? Great.
Oh man.
Okay. What a good way to start the winner's interview, huh?
Right. That's okay. We need a good
got to ask any questions.
Well, we can say he's the top dog.
Well, but you come home with a race win. You all but dominated that second half of the race on a second stage, and you had the right calls on pit stops. It seemed like you had the right pace to be able to pretty much make whatever call you wanted on pit stops. Tell us a little bit about what it took to get that kind of pace, what it took to be able to get that race lead like you had.
Yeah, well, coming into this week, I mean, I know it's so close to the playoffs, and I was just, more than anything, if I couldn't lock myself in with a win, I just wanted to be able to continue getting those regular points, just to that way I could hopefully get the regular season win. I know I'm pretty close to that, so just a few more races to go. I know how crucial those points are. So, I mean, I didn't know what type of pace I'd have this week. I did put a lot of practice because this is such a technical track, all the shifting and the braking, figuring out not to lock up, especially on cold tires. But yeah, in terms of strategy, I mean, just in practice alone, I really struggled to pass cars. I felt that instead of the draft on the straights, you more felt the dirty air just in the corners, which really hurt you in your tires. So yeah, I kind of committed at the start that I was like, going to go for track position more than anything. And so in that case, it was staying out at the stage and just taking fuel at those pit stops. And especially in that second stage, while it looked like I was comfortably ahead, I mean, David was catching me, and I kept checking my relative every lap, and he was gaining 2 to 3 tenths every lap, and I was doing anything but laughing. I was definitely sweating a lot. And with 2 to go, we copped a lap car, and that unfortunately did mess up a bit of things just at the bus stop. I think we got some penalties, and I kind of drifted a bit, so it separated us. Unfortunately, I would have liked to see maybe a last lap battle there. It would have been fun. But yeah, I definitely got to give a shout out to Alex and David. They put on a hell of a show. They were super fast, especially in that first stage. I was trying to get by Alex all I could, just couldn't do anything. So yeah, definitely happy to get the win. But yeah, track position seemed really important here.
You pretty much covered everything I've got to ask, and including some information about Vienna, Virginia that we wouldn't have known. Couldn't take your sponsor shout-outs, and
Well, we have his new nickname. I mean, we just got to change it in the SDK. In the
do I need to say I'm Top Dog? Is that my new nickname?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully, I can keep that coming with some more podiums and maybe some wins. Hopefully, I can represent my nickname well. Anyways, yeah. Just happy to give a shout out to iRacing on the car, Team Syndicate, of course, and Huffman's awesome livery on here, as well as Sim Race City. They've been being able to sponsor us for a few weeks here, and excited to hopefully represent them in the Sebring 12-hour coming up soon.
Alrighty, and that was your race winner, Jonathan Swartz, Steve.
You're gonna get renamed Jonathan one way or another by the next week. Okay, I'm just telling you.
I'm a bit scared, but thanks.
Jonathan Swartz picking up the win here tonight at Watkins Glen. Well, it's been a good night of racing here with the Bluegrass Cup Series. We'll be back next week. Until then, don't forget, on Friday night, Ultimate Dirt TV will be live with the World of Thunder Esports League, the Truck Series at Talladega. $125 to win, $10 buy-in. The top 10 spots being paid out. So, BJ, until then, we're going to see everybody Monday night with the Bluegrass Truck Series. Until then, good night, everyone.